What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the office pool. As you can see, we are separate from each other again, man. My guy Lockhart is back at the crib. He bought in New Year's with his beautiful daughters, and I'm here. We're in Florida. Vanessa and I took a vacation, so yeah, man. How's everything going, man? How was your New Year's, man?
I mean, New Year's was spectacular, man. I had the big homie with me too, and his son King.
Oh yeah, the big homie Stretch.
Yeah, big homie Stretch, man. We took the little ones, out to the ice skating rink downtown Charlotte, and took in the fireworks lighting up the city. So, we were able to hang till the ball dropped, and now we kicked it off, the right way.
Oh, that's super. That's so super, right,
man. Family first.
Yeah, definitely. Well, we had a great time. Fish fry, crab, all kind of stuff. And as you can see, we're out on the water.
Man.
And we're just enjoying our time here. Brought in the new year the right way, man. But I wish that I'm hoping that the new year brings in something good for our team. So let's go ahead and talk about our teams, man.
Yeah, that's my new year. I wish we can get at least, if we can get, man, if we can get 7 wins, what? I would love.
Who are you looking to get?
I would love to get 7 wins, 6 or 7 wins.
Oh
in the season.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I would love to get that. Especially I think at the beginning.
I think for next year, you guys, I think the goal should be at least 9-10 wins.
Of course, like whose goal isn't 9?
Yeah. Well, I'm talking about for you guys. You guys had that rebuilding period. You brought in Bryce Young, then you had to sit him for a little bit so he could regather himself, and now you've got a good functioning offense. So
right. So I think yeah. So you're saying that 8 or 9 or 10 is actually doable.
Yes,
off of the momentum. Okay, I concur.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I definitely concur.
Yeah, man. We both took some terrible losses. You guys, I thought you were in it for a while, and it's kind of like it just,
I mean, you want to tell it, or you want me to tell it? It was bad.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna let you tell it. That's your team.
It was bad, man. I mean, so now your boy Thielen, he had the 2 touchdowns. And it did. It started off strong. It starts off strong, and then you start getting those texts from friends and family like, "Go Panthers! Oh, let's go Panthers!" And everybody's, you're like, you don't respond. You know not to respond, and you just watch it, and you're like, okay, Panthers. At least we scored first, or at least we scored. We're up, and man, did it get ugly so fast, bro. I think the final score was 48-14. And
wow.
Right, and that's our last home game. That wasn't even a home game. Our last home game, we had so much momentum, that we felt very strong going into Tampa Bay, and then to start off, with an attack that, to Thielen, really great passes. I love an over-the-shoulder catch. That's like my favorite catch in the NFL. That it used to be the whole stretch-out dive, but those don't usually, now with the whole replay, those usually end up being fumbles. But, back in the day, those reach out and catch, those are my favorite. But now, man, I love that just right over the shoulder, just drops right in stride. So from our young Bryce, from Bryce Young to, our young quarterback to pull off some passes like that, you're right. It does give us a bucket full of hope, right? A bucket full of hope going into his 3rd season.
Well, what I'm interested in seeing is, and I know you and I will get a chance to watch the Panthers in minicamp this year, this summer. I want to see everything they're putting together for Bryce Young, for Adam Thielen, since he is listed as their number 1 receiver. I want to see if Xavier Legette steps up, and can take some pressure off of Adam Thielen. What their tight ends looking like, and we know Chuba Hubbard is going to be ready for 2025 NFL season. So man, it's some rebuilding, man. But at the same time, this season was a watch and learn type of season for both our teams. Watch and learn.
Well, I had way more confidence in the Cowboys than I did with the Panthers. No, really, just because I mean, every year on paper, you guys look freaking like studs, and you got way more wins than we have. To your point, we will be at training camp, and I think that's when we'll be able to get a fair assessment. I look forward to training camp. That was a lot of fun. So we gotta make sure we got that locked in for the 2025. But yeah, man, you guys look so good on paper. I mean, what say you about your Sunday, this past Sunday? Because this Sunday you looking a little bit better, but last Sunday not so much.
Yeah, we talked about that, man. We had the teeniest tiny bit of chance, man, but it was so many things. I had to send notes to myself to my phone on just how bad things looked in that 41-7 loss to the Eagles. I'm gonna tell you, man, from a coach's standpoint, when you see defensive backs, and this is the difference between what the Cowboys look like right now and what the Washington Commanders look like right now. Why? Dan Quinn, right?
Oh, yeah.
Dan Quinn was a defensive coordinator last year and the year before and the year before and the year before. Those 3 years, 12-5 seasons with playoff berths, right?
Yep.
And at least 2 playoffs wins out of 4 years, right?
Yep.
Dan Quinn put he made a defensive mindset where the DBs were technique oriented. You didn't see DeRon Bland making stupid plays like he made to get torched all day long, by the Eagles receivers. I mean, one of the things that really pissed me off was I think it was the 3rd and goal where the Eagles were like maybe not 3rd and goal, but maybe I think it was maybe 3rd and goal. And the Eagle, all they did was run a fade. They ran a fade with the inside receiver. I think it was Swift. And DeRon Bland just turned and ran and had his head down the whole time. As a defensive back coach, as a defensive coach or a defense coordinator, when you do those drills, man. You do those goal line drills. You do those red zone drills with your DBs. You tell them, hey, if a guy runs up on your heels, if he makes you get on your heels, out of your back pedal, he's not stopping
at all.
So by the time you guys get to hip to hip, you're in the end zone. Look for the ball. The Cowboys DBs didn't do that not one time. And then the last touchdown where he just ran right by the guy, dude. Like, what type of technique is that? So I think the absence of Dan Quinn really showed in that game. Really showed all season long because Mike Zimmer has been trying to play catch up to what Dan Quinn had put together for that Cowboys defense, and that really told us, that was a tale of the tape for the Cowboys and their defense, man. I just feel really bad for Michael Parsons because he plays his heart out every game, bro. Yeah. He plays his heart out every game, and you want to see guys like Michael win as much as possible because this guy they move him from outside linebacker to right end to left end, and they send him, they put him out in coverage. They have so much to do with this kid, man. And I think that, the reason why Dallas's defense looks so bad, not really their defense as a whole, because their linebacker core has stepped up. It's just that defensive play. You saw I guarantee you, if Dan Quinn was still the defense coordinator for the Cowboys, we would not have lost 41-7 to the Eagles. No. We wouldn't have lost 48 to whatever to the Saints. We wouldn't have lost those big games where all they were doing is, pitch and catch.
Red zone.
The Cowboys special team, the Cowboys secondary did not play like that for the last 3 years. And that was one of the big things that I hated about, before Dan Quinn took over. Hey, you want to beat the Cowboys? Just throw the ball. Throw the ball. Because the defense, they play aggressive. Yes, they play aggressive, but I was always taught when you don't play with technique, it's over.
No, that's an absolute fact.
I don't care how fast you are as a DB, how good you think you are as a DB because you run 4.2, 4.3. I was a big ass 6'3" slow receiver. And I was beating guys that ran 4.2, 4.3.
Technique.
It's all about technique. When I got up to play guys, like when I faced off against my man Shout out to my man Thomas Daniels from University of Kansas, who was actually my first client with 83 Sports. We had battles in practice, man. We had battles, and he was so technique oriented, man, that other DBs began to watch how he played guys like me. You know, I'm a 4.5, 4.6 guy at best. You know, those little DBs, when I'm up against them, it's just, hey, let me get it. Hey, excuse me, little guy. Excuse me, little fella. Excuse me, little fella. Yeah, let me go ahead and grab that. Yeah. So I expected Deron Bland to play like he played last year when he led the NFL in pick sixes. He had 6 of them last year, didn't he? He had 6 pick sixes. I expected that. You know, I expected, even though we had to patchwork DBs in because of so many injuries, I expected, you know, Diggs to have a great year now that he's back healthy. You did not see that at all, man. And I that was all because the absence of Dan Quinn. And that's the difference between what the Cowboys look like this year and what the Commanders look like this year. Dan Quinn. And that's my spiel on my boys, man. Other than that, man, we got Cooper Rush. His play, the very first pass, interception, man. He stared down the slant. And you tell high school kids don't stare down the slant. If you do stare down, hit it early, hit it quick.
Immediately.
He looked at that slant slow. Yeah, and that was just the key right there, man. I can't really put too much on him because he is our number 2, but you're looking at a guy that should have, you know, way less than 10 interceptions in his last 7 starts. You know,
speaking of number 2, is there a status update on Prescott? What are you guys thinking? I mean,
so I believe Dak will be ready for a training camp. He won't be in mini camp, but I believe he'll be ready for a training camp. His recovery is coming along really good. They stitched that torn. They actually did a tubing stitch where they stitched the muscles to the ligament, and then they put a nylon thread through. So, I've never seen that happen. I've seen that happen, that type of surgery, like when guys tear Achilles, but I've never seen a torn hamstring muscle. Like, I mean, I tore my quadricep muscle during training camp, but I've never seen a torn hamstring. And that, you know, that's, you know, as far as his throwing motions, his drop back, his step up, you need those muscles. You need the decelerator muscles in your quads. You need the accelerator muscles in your hamstring.
Yeah. And I was just curious. I mean, because you guys passed on Derrick Henry, so I don't know where you're going to go run the game going into next year. Are you going to hold on to Ezekiel? I don't know. So, and then now Prescott being not 100% and may not return 100%. I'm just curious how you look at your year. We already talked about the Panthers.
I believe Dak will return 100% next year. That surgery is something that he can recover from. Muscle fibers at his age recover quickly. And as far as the running back position, man, I was kind of distraught about the news that I got yesterday about the Cowboys releasing Ezekiel Elliott. I mean, how dumb are we as a franchise to have him be our number 1 guy, then taper off his runs because it wasn't his fault. It's not his fault he's only getting 6 carries a game.
Is it not his fault, though?
No, it's not his fault. You know, if you go back and look at that film, man, you'll see multiple times where he has to actually make a hole because either BB or Martin or somebody on that Dallas offensive line
couldn't get off
just blew their assignment or couldn't get off the ball. And that's been the Cowboys' fate on running offense. I told you before, the Cowboys really need to work on not pass blocking because they do a very good job of that. You know, Dak Prescott was one of the least sacked quarterbacks in the league before he got hurt. Cooper Rush is one of the least sacked quarterbacks in the league as a backup. You know, he's not running anywhere, but their run blocking is horrendous. Getting off the ball, I saw a couple of times. Matter of fact, BB, the center, he got blown off of actually he didn't really. Well, yeah, he did get blown off the block, because he had to, when he snapped the ball, he had to block down. He missed the entire block, and that blew up the whole play. And he did it twice. He did it twice. When I watch these games, I watch the games as a coach, man. And that's why I'm damn near, I'm about to damn near break my remote control every time.
Every time.
Because I see stupid things. I look at the line. I look at on defense. I look at the coverages. I look and see, how in the hell does this professional athlete get beat like this multiple times? And it baffles me. But yeah, I see Dallas in decline until they turn some things around. I don't really see us winning 10 games next year until things get turned around. Now, if Dak Prescott comes back healthy and we get Rico Dowdle back, and we can get Rico Dowdle, because when Rico Dowdle gets those 100-yard games, Dallas wins the game. But when Dak Prescott has a throw more than 40 times, or Cooper Rush, or whoever's at QB has to throw more than 40 times, it's terrible. So, yeah, man. Yeah. You making me, I got to have a drink now. I kind of get it. Just one, please.
Please eat that.
Yeah. So, yeah, man. So that's talking about our teams, man. And coming up next, we got our week recap. Hats off to my guy, Lockhart. He has locked the 2025 NFL regular season on the office pool. Now we get into the playoff mode, which is going to be a different beast. My guy Alex came out this year. He said, I'm not going to be like I was last season. We're going to compete. So congratulations, man. You won week 17, and you also won the 2025 regular season on our office pool picks. But we got the playoffs, guy.
Playoffs, baby.
We got those playoffs. So
separate the men from the boys, right?
Yes, sir. So coming after this, man, we'll be right back. We got 20 with the NFL Week 17 recaps. I'm TD.
Lock easy.
And we out. See you.
I got 20 on my feet.
For my friend, Theron Davis. Shoe reveal. That's the box cover. What? So we got to open this up. We got to open this up and see what we're talking about. Look at the box. Ooh. Made in Italy. All right now. Well, it ain't but one shoe in here. No, just joking. It's just joking. Okay. Oh, man. What? This is the shoe. I'll be flying aerodynamically as we do the show. I think I should put one. I think I should put one on. Okay. Let me see if I can get my foot in here. Oh, I like it. Bro.
Oh yeah.
You like? Remember, y'all saw it first here. Red bottoms, everything, and it's designer.
Your number one choice for vibe dining is now located at 223 South Elm Street. Prime, where they've turned fine dining into vibe dining.
Welcome back. We are getting into our week 18, Alex.
Woo-wee. What
week
a
18
season.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
What a season with the Office Pool, man. Shout out to our subscribers, man. We are up. We are really up.
Thank you, subscribers. We're almost at 6,000 subscribers.
That is remarkable.
That's in the last 2 weeks, man. That's in the last 2 weeks.
So, I mean, that's a huge milestone for the Office Pool, and I can't wait to share some milestones of Week 18 for NFL, man. But thank you to subscribers. Tell a friend to tell a friend. In 2025, we going up. They don't want to miss what we have in store for the Office Pool because Super Bowl is next. As soon as we get through these playoffs, baby. Ooh-wee.
Ooh-wee. Well, talking about milestones, I thought you had something a little bit for the fans.
Yeah,
about one of our favorite receivers.
Yeah, man. So Jamar Chase, man. I mean, he is chasing the triple crown right now. I mean, he leads in receptions, leads in receiving yards, and touchdown. Like he's got them all. Any way you can get it to him, he is rocking, and that's a huge milestone for Week 18 to continue that process, to continue leading the league in regular receptions and receiving yards. And touchdown receptions. And his boy Joe Burrow is chasing a 5,000 passing yards on the season. He needs 359. I mean, that's almost like a 400-yard game.
Yeah, but it's doable with Joe Burrow.
And Chase together. So you got Jamar Chase, you got Joe Burrow chasing a 5,000-yard passing season, and you need 359. You got the Saints. I mean, you got the Steelers this week. So, I mean, I think that's a really cool milestone as we cover milestones going into Week 18.
Quick question. What would your team look like if Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase was on the Carolina Panthers?
Well, we would be in the playoffs. Think about it. We've been able to keep some of the top teams under a one-score loss. Do you know what I mean?
The game against the Chiefs.
Exactly. So now if our offense was to match our defense, come on, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, you said it best, man. If
ifs and buts was candy and nuts, we'd all have a toothache.
Call the dentist up right now, because man, that would be amazing. If I had Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow.
Yeah, I definitely feel you on that one, man.
You had Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow.
We'd definitely be in a better position. I mean, I don't know how it would be with CeeDee Lamb and Jamar Chase being on the field at the same time, wanting to get that many money. That would definitely be a dual threat to talk about for the ages. The Bengals have the Steelers, man, on Saturday. The Steelers are, we can't talk about Mike Tomlin enough, man, on how he is one of the most successful coaches in the NFL, man.
Consistent, man.
And it's consistency. Because if you look at the Steelers, the Pittsburgh Steelers have been around since the 1930s.
Yeah,
they've only had 4 head coaches.
Yeah. Wow.
4 head coaches.
That's a good stat.
They've only had 4 head coaches.
Wow. That's a really good stat.
In 60 years. And Mike Tomlin is one of those guys.
That is a good stat.
And I think Coach Cowher was probably the shortest lived head coach.
Yeah.
Bill Carroll was he probably had the shortest tenure as a head coach with the Steelers, but you look at Mike Tomlin, man, and what he does season after season, when it looks like, because we said at the beginning of the season, Pittsburgh is going to be terrible this year. But turn around and they're in the playoff contentions, man. The Pittsburgh Steelers will be in the playoffs, and this will be is it Mike Tomlin's 18th season with the Steelers?
It's up there.
And he has not had a losing season.
No.
So Yeah, hats off to Mike, man. But you're going up against Joe Burrow and my man Chase, and you got T. Higgins at the other receiver coming into Pittsburgh, man. They're going to be looking to score some points. So good luck to Coach out there. Let's get into these Week 18 picks. Alex, if you don't know, Alex has already won the 2025 season. I did what I could to catch up, but he started off in that sprint, man. So he's won the 2025 Office Pool Sunday picks for the regular season. Now it's time for the playoffs. But let's get into game number one. We have the Panthers at the ATL and the Falcons. I'm gonna let you go first because the fans are gonna go crazy when they hear these picks.
So first of all, okay, everybody brace yourselves. Panthers are going down to Atlanta against the Falcons. And even with the momentum that we have going and those passes to Thielen against the Bucks looked really good. The Falcons put the young boy in against the Commanders the other day, and homie,
he looked good. He looked really good.
The energy that the young boy had, and just me knowing Atlanta, it's not like Charlotte. Like when you go to a Carolina Panther game, the away team fills up the arena. When you go to an Atlanta Falcons game, the away team is not. They're not letting us in there. They're not even selling. If you go online and try and buy a ticket and your zip code don't match the state of Georgia, you just be sitting in the queue trying to buy a ticket. You see what I'm saying? Like they protect home field like most NFL teams do. Our team, we're not built like that, and sometimes that's that little factor that plays a major role. So in my Panther splendor, I'm not going to be betting with the Panthers in Week 18 against the Falcons. I really have to. We're going to cheer. Oh my gosh, we're going to be screaming pom-poms. But when we're talking about FanDuel DraftKings, I'm gonna pull the Falcons over the Panthers, over my Panthers.
Okay, the 8-8 Falcons. Yeah, Michael Penix Jr., man, he came out and he lit it up. Michael Penix Jr., almost 250 yards passing. He did have one interception, but he did have that TD. But he made plays where plays needed to be made during that game against the Commanders. Yeah. However, I'm going with the Panthers. Does that look at what this guy is wearing? Look at what Alex is wearing, y'all. And I want you to rationalize that.
Oh my God.
Find your rationale and see it. I know there are going to be a lot of comments this week. Look,
I'll meet y'all in the comments section, and I'm here for it. I get it. I will take it all. I love my Panthers. They know it. It's like any other relationship. You love who you love, but sometimes you can't count on them to do what's right.
Yeah. Well, I got the Panthers, man. Let's move on to game number 2. We have the Texans visiting the Tennessee Titans.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. And that's one of those things. I think they faced each other in Week 12, and when you look at them back in Week 12, a mere 6 weeks ago, both of those teams looked drastically different. Like we had the faith in the Texans when the Texans didn't have faith in Texans, right? And then the Titans, we just haven't had much faith in them all season. I think it will be a tough game. However, I'm going with the Texans all day long. I mean, that Beyonce show didn't work out for them, but they're ready for Week 18.
Yeah, I got the Texans as well, man. Let's move on to game number 3. We're going to talk about the Giants and the Eagles. The Eagles are priming themselves, getting ready for the playoffs. The Giants are whatever. So there's going to be our wave ride share, no-brainer pick of the week. Of course, Alex and I both have the Philadelphia Eagles, but tap on that just for a second about the Giants season and what they're going through.
And unfortunately, the Giants are down to like maybe their third quarterback. You know what I mean? So it's like the Giants have had a struggling year this year. And I say that with all due respect. Obviously, the Panthers haven't had the best year. We just are better than the Giants. When you look at the Giants having to travel to an already hostile Eagles team that travels well. Now you're coming to Philadelphia, and they are feeling themselves. I mean, smelling themselves. Saquon Barkley only needs 101 yards to break Eric Dickerson's single season record. You think they're not going to go get that in the first half? And then that way he can sit down for the rest? Come on, man. It's going to be ugly. And I know the Giants are probably going to play. And, you know, respectfully, everybody, no one wants anybody to get hurt, right? But they're going to play to win because they're men against men and they don't want to take an L. I get that. But they're going to have a time beating those Eagles in Philadelphia. I'm going Eagles, bro.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, that's our no-brainer pick. No-brainer. Thank you, Wave. Shout out to Wave Rideshare. Let's move on to game number 4. The Jaguars and the Colts. Now, in pre-production, I already told you, I'm not picking the Colts on this one. You know, I love Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco's had a great career as an NFL quarterback. And he's, you know, Father Time, he's losing that bout. You know, I don't see Joe pulling out a win, even though they're in Indianapolis. I see, you know, the Jaguars coming in and winning, maybe by a field goal.
Okay, so I mean, a field goal or more. I totally agree. The Colts haven't been. I think Panthers have a better record than the Colts as well. Both of these teams. I mean, Jaguars started off overseas playing like 2 or 3 games overseas, and they looked like they were going to, you know, they actually looked pretty decent, like a lot of teams did at the beginning of the year. And the Colts also looked decent as well. This has been a very tough year in the NFL for a lot of reasons, but the Colts have yet to show me any sign of fight when it comes to, you know, on any given Sunday, right? So I'm definitely, I'm not picking the Colts. I'm gonna go with you as well. I'm gonna go Jaguars over the Colts, but I think I mean, the field goal is being very generous. I think Jaguars will still probably get up on them.
Okay, just for laughs. So the Jaguars need more than 2 games played in London in order to have a winning season? Is that what you're saying?
They are better overseas, across the pond, than they are here. And go figure, right? I don't know. Yeah,
they've definitely got a better record playing overseas, playing in London than they do in their own stadium. Terrible.
Hey, I mean, so did the Panthers, though. Panthers went overseas and got a win against the Giants.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's actually started everything for the Panthers. Yeah, let's move on to our next 1:00 game. This is game number 5. The Commanders and Cowboys. This is the game that the Cowboys needed had they beat Philadelphia last week to knock the Commanders out of the playoffs, being that the Cowboys would make that 7 seed because of a record that would have, you know, 2 straight wins, two wins, and then where they were swept and made the Cowboys that number 2 seed in the NFC East. We don't have to worry about that anymore. However, I don't think the Cowboys are going to go out in Week 18 and say screw it and just play whoever. I think the Cowboys are still going to play in contention. They're going to look to give the Commanders some bruises, just like they did at FedEx Field a couple of months ago. Right. So I got the Cowboys on that one.
Yeah, as you should. I mean, the Cowboys still have fight, right? At the end of the day, this is their job. Your job is to go out there and win. And like any other job, there are incentives, right? So just for the incentives alone, you have benchmarks and milestones you got to hit. You hit those milestones, it shows up in your paycheck. So these guys don't just take the day off. Man, but the Commanders, bro, I mean, these jokers, and I always love how these playoffs shape off, man. You lose, and then he wins, and then he wins, and then you lose. Like Tampa Bay was cheering for, you know what I mean? Like Tampa Bay was cheering for the Commanders last week, you know, so they could get higher up, you know, so that when the Falcons drop down, and then Cowboys, everybody's waiting on somebody to win versus to lose. Yeah,
everybody was waiting on the Cowboys to see if they could win those last 3 games and knock out the Commanders.
Right, yeah, so I mean, it was just, and I love how that shapes up, man. That's like one of the cool things about sports. I just got the Commanders sticking to the script because it really looks like each week they get better. Now, and I mean, each week they just kind of get better. And I don't know if the young boy is going to be 100%. He looked hurt.
Yeah, they shook him up. There's a couple of times Jaden Daniels should have just slid.
Yeah, he looks hurt.
Yeah,
so
he got ping ponged a couple of times.
Sometimes they don't report that stuff, man, but you see it and don't.
Yeah.
So just because they say, "Oh, I'm fine," man, when you get home, that adrenaline wears off. And
yeah.
I mean, so yeah, but
you can definitely feel it, man.
Yeah, you can feel it. So, and then with a Cowboy defense being aggressive as they are, I mean, it's going to be a really good game. This is a game. There's only 2 games really this Sunday that I'm really, really interested in watching, and that's one of them. That Minnesota game that we'll get to later will be the next one.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go to game number 6, man. The Packers. They're at home. They're at Lambeau Field facing the Bears.
The Bears. Garbage. and the Packers are good. I mean, the Packers are good. But one thing about this matchup, though, I mean, this is a good matchup. Like, this is one of those matchups of matchups. Like, it's like, oh, well, I got one game I want to go to as a Bears fan, or I got that one game I want to go to as a Packer fans. This would be that game. Right, so we know it's going to be a really great game. I've got the Packers. I mean, the Packers look so good, man. The Packers look really, really good, man. And I definitely have them going into Chicago and putting a smackdown on them boys and probably cruise control, by third quarter.
Okay, let's move on to game number 7. We have the Saints of Nolans hitting 95 South. And visiting, actually they'll be off of, what is it, 75 South. Yeah, they'll be taking 75 South. They got to come down through Alabama. Yeah. So they'll be taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on Sunday. Tampa Bay is banged up, but they're primed. They're working on getting everything ready. They've got that. I think it's that 8 seed in the playoffs.
Right.
In the NFC. The Saints, is the season over with?
I mean, so the Saints
we're done. We're done.
They're definitely going to fight, but it's going to be a losing battle. I mean, you got to look at Tampa Bay right now. I mean, they had a watch party watching the Commanders Atlanta game. Like, they just wanted a chance, bro. And now they got a chance. They're getting ready to start fighting. And you got to look at the fact that Mike Evans is only 85 yards away from 1,000-yard receiving year.
Can't forget about Mike Evans.
Mike Evans only needs 85 yards to get $1,000. Like, come on, man. He gonna buy a whole new. Man, that's gonna be a big check. So I mean, he's gonna get those 85 plus. You know what I mean? And if they're gonna try to stop him from getting that, I mean. Man, this is going to be a good game for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Saints, they gave us a bunch of smoke and mirrors at the beginning of the season. Everybody was on that ship, including myself. I'm so glad that I jumped off the ship, man overboard. You stay safe on your boat, but man, I'm
not jumping off here.
Yeah, don't jump off of there. But I man overboard on the Saints, bro.
Yeah, I definitely feel you on that one, man. Let's move on to game number 8. I believe this is our last 1:00 game. We have the Bills visiting New England Patriots.
Yeah.
We already know.
Yeah.
That could have been. Actually, I was not going to make it a no-brainer pick because of the last weekend. The Bills. The Bills. That kind of got scary. The Bills had to put on their big boy pants to come out that win.
Yeah, but that's one of those things that can you. You know what I mean? And when you're facing adversity, when you're down on your back, can you step up and win? And yes, that should not have been as dramatic as it was, and therefore it didn't make our no-brainer pick. However, I'm not hesitating to pick the Bills over the Patriots in Week 18.
Yeah, I'm not hesitating either. We both got the Bills giving the Patriots their last loss of the season. Hopefully the Patriots can find some sources, some resources for the offseason. They'll find something in minicamp to get ready for, rookie camp and the draft. And let's see if the Patriots can have a better season for the NFL 2025 season.
Yeah,
let's move on.
Great New Year's wish.
The Raiders, you know, I had to say it. The Raiders are hosting hosting the Lightning Bolts. The Chargers are coming to the Raiders. First 4:25, the first 4 o'clock game at 4:25. Man, I don't see me picking the Raiders for Week 18. I don't even see me picking them for weeks 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 of the 2025 season.
They got work to do, man. And there's going to be a lot of commotion around the city of Las Vegas and the state of Nevada as you have some major people coming together trying to bring an NBA team out to Las Vegas. The hockey team was very successful. The WNBA team was very successful. So there's going to be pressure in Nevada to bring success on that NFL platform. This is just not their year. We got one of our first wins as the Panthers, and I think that's the barometer of who's good, who's bad. But we got one of our first wins against the Raiders. They haven't done anything since then. They gave some scares last week against the Saints, but I mean, it was the Saints. So, I mean, I'm going.
Oh, shit. We just lost him. We just lost you. Yeah, bring it back. You're back on. You're back on now.
I'm going with the Chargers over the Raiders 100%.
Okay. Yeah, man. I don't see me picking Raiders through the first 6 games of the season next year. So I'm definitely not picking them on Sunday. Let's move the game. This is our 10th game, 4:25 in Arizona. Hey, we have a 49ers team that has been beaten, battered, and bruised. Okay?
Yeah.
I'm not picking the 49ers. I can tell you that right now.
Right. No. The 49ers are, I mean, they've had a dramatic, even from the end of last season, is where it really kind of started with the Deebo Samuels and the McCaffreys and then the receiving core. You're right, but they still managed to pull off wins because they like they have that real fight in them. Calamari, and I sound like I said calamari, like
calamari, the seafood. Kyler
Murray. He's one of those guys that when he's faced with the challenge, he steps it up, man. So I'm with you, man. I'm going to go Cardinals over a banged up, battered and bruised 49er team.
Yeah, I will too. And then for the simple fact, man, I see Kyler Murray taking this off season and getting ready, man, making it possible for him and Marvin Harrison Jr. to get out there on the field, you know, go somewhere and get that synchronization. They did have some good plays this year. They had some great plays this year together, but I think, you know, what makes a good quarterback better is that he takes that, you know, after the last game of the season, the next week he's in the film room. He's in the weight room. He's out on the field. And I see Kyler Murray doing that, man. And that's one of the things that made Tom Brady such a great quarterback, man. The season didn't end right for him. The next Sunday, he had the guys, you know, Julian, Gronk, all those guys, he had them out on the field. We went out, you know, they went out and threw those passes, man, and just, you know, at the end had a beer together and watched them film. And then they were a well-oiled machine the following season. So, yeah, I definitely got the Cardinals winning over a banged-up, bruised-up, beat-up 49ers organization. Let's move on to our next 4:25 games. The Chiefs have to go to Mile High to play the Broncos.
Yeah. And here's the thing, man. As much as you want to say, man, the Chiefs just got it. They squeak by with wins, and Denver is one of those teams that will catch them slipping. Chiefs are already in it. We already know they're locked and loaded.
They're already number one seed.
They're number one seed. So, I mean, this is one of those games where it could be a swing where, you know, all of a sudden we look up and Chiefs. I mean, one thing about Andy Reid's not going to rest anybody. You know, when you're a Super Bowl contender and you're going back to back to back and you're going for another one, you know that sitting people is the wrong thing to do. You're going to go out there and you're going to try more techniques and sharpen your steel for the Super Bowl. You know, you're going to even go out there and run plays that are deceptively, because it's chess, right? You're gonna run plays that look like other plays, just so when people go to run film for Super Bowl, you can fake them out. So this, this is where the good coaches come in at this last bit of the season. They're like, oh, okay, remember when they played Denver and they lined up like this, and this cadence was this. Yeah, this is where the real magical part of the season happens for good coaches. I'm going Chiefs. Are you going Chiefs?
I'm definitely going Chiefs, man. Okay. Chiefs, like you said, man, this is where coaches like Andy Reid, this is where they shine. You know, Andy Reid has been in this game long enough to where he has his regular season game plan, he has his playoff game plan, and now he has a Super Bowl game plan. Right. And he's going to stick to that plan, and he's not going to deviate from that plan. That's why you've seen the Chiefs win all those games this season, by 3 points, by 1 point, by 6 points. Yeah. Regardless of what happened, Andy Reid stuck to that format, and I don't see them deviating from that. Even though the Broncos are looking to play spoiler just to beat the Chiefs, to say, hey, we beat the Chiefs at the end of the season. So let's move on, man, to LA. We're going back to Cali. We got the Rams hosting the Seattle Seahawks. I thought during pre-production you and I were going to split on that one, but I think I kind of coached you over to seeing, the Rams are going to be sitting people. They're going to be getting ready for the playoffs.
You being the statistician that you are, you started rattling off what was happening down in Cali. I said, whoa.
Yeah.
I said, wait a minute. Yeah. I agree. I think Seattle will get the Rams. Rams are just throwing in their replacements just to get through the season, and I don't see the replacements beating the Seahawks.
You're absolutely right on that one, man. This is going into our last 4:00 game, 4:25 in New Jersey. I think this is our second split of the day. Dolphins Jets.
Yeah, Dolphins Jets, man. Neither team have with the injuries in the Dolphins core and drama in the head office at the Jets. Both of these teams have been quite disappointing for their fan base. I'm not going to say for you or I, but for their fan base, it has been a very disappointing season for them both. But here's the funny part, or maybe not so funny part. The end of the season, they're both starting to look like real teams.
Really?
I mean, the Jets have been winning, and the Dolphins have been winning.
Okay. I agree with you on that one, and I believe that Aaron Rodgers they're gonna put out something for Aaron Rodgers to get that to reach that milestone. And the Dolphins, up, down. However, I got the Dolphins to pick on this. I just flipped the coin because at the end of the day, I think you've already won the season. You already won the regular season, so it really doesn't matter who I pick.
Well, I mean, for playoffs, so here's my thing. I picked the Jets because, like you said about the milestone, I mean, Aaron Rodgers only needs one touchdown to reach a 500 career touchdown pass. That's a big deal. So, with all the chitter chat, is he coming back? Is he not coming back? This is a notch on your belt that if you don't get that, you coming back next season just to get it? You know what I mean? So if he gets that one touchdown pass to his boy, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
500 career touchdown pass, and you're down in Florida right now. I'm telling you right now, as comfortable as you are right now, it's gonna be so discomfortable to go to New Jersey, where it's got to be no more than 30 degrees out there because it's 46.
Yeah, the temperature is gonna be dropping down here. The temperature starts dropping down here tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
So
yeah, that still ain't New Jersey temperature.
So just imagine what the temperature further up north is going to start doing. They're talking about
it's going to be icy, bro. It's going to be icy. Yeah. I see him getting that one touchdown, and everybody stopping, and that 500 career touchdown passes is a big deal. 500 career touchdown passes is a big deal for Aaron Rodgers. Yeah. So I see him getting that and getting the win in New Jersey.
Okay, well, we split on that one. I'm going to take Tua and the Dolphins. Let's go to our primetime pick of the week.
Yeah.
This is a doozy, sponsored by Prime. 223 South Elm Street in Greensboro, North Carolina. If you have not been, Alex, man, tell them about it.
I mean, I think what we should do is we should have, because I know they want us to do the brunch. So all of our subscribers, probably if they want to come do like a meet and greet, we should set up a meet and greet over at
that'd
Prime.
be super.
So, because I know the fans always ask, like, hey, where y'all at? Where can we see you? I seen you on TD, courtside at the game. I see you at the... So we may have to set up something so everybody can come down to Prime and check it out. But our prime time pick of the week, this is a good one. This is one that's TV worthy. Like I said, there's like 2 games, of maybe 3 that I would want to watch this Sunday, and this is one of them.
Yeah, I thought you said TD worthy, and I was going to say thank you for the flowers on that one. This is definitely TV worthy, man. We're talking about a prime time game, man. And the crazy thing is we even split on that one, just because both teams have been playing so well. They're getting ready for the playoffs, and we're matter of fact, dude, it's like this might be the NFC.
I knew where you're going with it.
Yeah. So, I've got the Lions 28-21.
Yeah, and I've got the Vikings. Same score, just on the
same score. Okay. Okay.
I'm going Vikings over Detroit, and I like Detroit. Like I actually like I'm talking about love Detroit and what they've done. But I've seen them. They got a couple holes, man. They've been taking some beatings. And Minnesota has not. Like Minnesota, man, them boys, like, I am a fan of Minnesota. Like on the defensive side of the ball, amazing. And then on the offensive side of the ball, equally amazing. So I have to go the Vikings, even though they're in Detroit. And it's fun, man. I like when we have the splits because then I'm more inclined to watch it. But I was not going to miss it. I'm not missing this game. I'm probably going to be over at Dave & Buster's with the game on that one. That's going to be a really good one right there.
Yeah, I'm going to be somewhere to watch that game because it's going to be super exciting. Like I said, man, you heard it here in the office pool. Be ready. This might be an NFC divisional playoff matchup.
Whoever gets this is definitely, I'm thinking, is our Super Bowl contender.
Right?
I knew that's what you're gonna say because I feel the same way. Whoever gets this is probably, because I mean, well, you got both, because Baltimore and Kansas City can't both go. The Ravens, so it's gonna be between Baltimore, right, and Kansas City.
Yeah.
When it comes down to it, because neither one of them, both of those have to beat each other out to find out who's gonna get that seat. So, yeah. But on this side, I think Minnesota and Detroit, man.
NFC Championship game, huh?
Yeah, man.
Okay. All right, man. You heard it here, only on the office pool, man. I'm going to finish enjoying my day, man. Me and Vanessa are going to have a couple more drinks, and we're going to see how long we're going to be out here. And Alex, man, you enjoy, man, and I will see you back in the studio next week.
You got it.
Only on the office pool. Thank you, Stoners. Rocking my Stoners jeans today. You know, jeans and flip flops. This is a jeans and flip flops day. On the boat, on the cruise. I don't want. I hate mosquitoes and they're weird. You know.
Those are some good jeans. Let's see how you caressing your jeans over there.
Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you, man. Thank you, Stoners. Thank you, Jacob Media. Thank you, Jacob Sports. Thank you, 83 Sports. Thank you, Wave Rideshare. Thank you, Alex Lockhart ENT.
Thank you, TD.
Thank you, Prime. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, subscribers. I'm TD.
Lockhart, man. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, and we will see you next week. The Office Pool, episode 15, segment 1. Even though she didn't wait for me to say something. Yeah. That's hot, bro. Did you like the sound effects?
Yes.
Yes. The sound effect. So we'll be right back after these messages with some recap for week 15. Only on the Office Pool. We'll be right back. Wowzer.
Look, it does. It does. Look, it does.
background was.
Okay, we'll stay right where we at.
Live at the Space Center and then be in Greensboro. Same episode.
Okay. All right, here we go.
We gotta ride it out. You done had me.
Shut up. The Office Pool. Episode 12. Week 12. Week 12 NFL picks with Alex and TD. Take one.